This place first opened way back in 1957. We are inside legendary Lambeau Field here in Green Bay. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the New England Patriots and the Green Bay Packers. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Taking it about the 1. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now Jones. And incomplete to open things up.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Throwing Jones. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A gain there of 21 yards. Now Jones throwing on first down. He sets to fire deep. And this throw will be intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. And the Packers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
I really don't think you can fault the decision-making here because your offensive quarterback, they really had a big week last week, and you're ready for them to go again here. Not the anticipated result, of course, but you definitely understand why they did what they did. That quarterback's been hot. You want to keep the ball in his hands and see if he can keep the magic going.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy's setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The Packers at 2-1 now to start the campaign. And they were looking good until last week's loss took them from the ranks of the unbeaten.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was expecting this team to push the 72 Dolphins, but still, you got to take a lot of positives from this first month. If they can bounce back and move to 3-1, they'll be pretty well set up for the remainder of the season to follow.
This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. This defense for the Pats, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And the Patriots are going to take possession of the football. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. An option handoff given to Harris. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. Damian Harris with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Patriots have taken the early lead on the road here at Lambeau. Extra point up and good by Folk. And that makes the score 7-0. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board.
Takes it at the 7.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They threw an interception the first time they had the football. Wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Rodgers. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Rodgers' throw brought in by Watson.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
And that's how you shake off the interception he threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Matt Judon, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Rodgers going to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
On 4th down, Joseph Charlton on to punt.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And the Patriots take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, Jones. Hunter Henry brings it in. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jones.
Got his man. It's Thornton. And he will have a Patriots first down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. Now a first down carry for Harris. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
This pass complete to Melton.
And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop. Off the play fake, Jones.
He's got his man, Thornton.
And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 26.
Completed out left to Dobbs. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 21-yard line. Let's go now.
On 2nd down and 4. Jones.
And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw again. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3.
And Folk's kick is good. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
Nick Foles to kick off for New England.
After the made field goal, back out is Nick Folk to kick this one off.
Fields it right around the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The
Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. And a short pickup to about the 25.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Rodgers. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Adrian Phillips. And the Pats are going to take possession of the football. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is this horoscope ball? Is biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. 2nd and 5 from the 8. Looking to throw. Jones. And this all incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, Jones. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Henry. And the Patriots are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll try and run with Harris. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. And Jones is not going to have the 1st down as they stop him short. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, Jones jogs off, and on comes a longtime vet, Nick Folk, for the Pats field goal try. Folk's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, Charles, I think you'd have to call that a win for the defense after the turnover already in field goal range, and they had to settle for 3.
Yeah, Bean, the beautiful part is you start so close to the end zone that your thought process on offense has to loosen up a little bit because you're thinking to yourself, you're almost guaranteed 3. Let's take some good shots at the end zone and try and turn it into 6.
Fielded just outside the goal line. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. There he goes, right side. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him. Kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. So let's try this again. After the kick return, TD, here's yet another kickoff.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And then we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add.
And the pass to Henry is intercepted.
Rasul Douglas picks it. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's second down. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers.
He's got Watson. It's caught. Touchdown, Packers.
A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season.
And the Packers are an extra point away from moving out in front in the final minute of the half.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will give him the lead here as we get on towards halftime. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. With his slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Jones now on 1st and 10. Escaping the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play, and he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10.
Jones completes this one to Thornton. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Harris running straight ahead. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. To throw. Jones. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Looking to throw. Jones. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line.
And with Rodgers behind center, you wonder if they'll take one shot at this.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we have reached halftime here in a tight 2-point contest. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the third quarter. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
On play action, now Rodgers. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Matt Judon picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Here's Rodgers to throw.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson.
And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. A.J. Boye with a pick. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Looking for Thornton, and he's got him. Touchdown, New England.
A great play there. 30 yards.
And the Patriots are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Folk connects on the extra point, and that makes this a 9-point game. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board.
Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Now a draw play. This is Jones. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Rodgers now to throw. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half. And I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Steps away to his left. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
From the 31, Jones.
He finds his man, complete. That's Thornton. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
Well, if you're going to turn things around in a game like this, Charles, those are the kind of plays that you need.
And I just love the way that defense rallied to the football on that one. They got the completion, but he was smothered behind the line of scrimmage. And when you make tackles like that, your whole defense is going to be fired up. Really nice play getting to the ball.
And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First down, Patriots.
They'll try the right side with Harris. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46.
Rashawn Gary, the man to bring him down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
Here's Jones from the gun on 3rd down.
Throw right side, hauled in by Dobbs.
And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 42.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. Oh, and that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 57 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense get a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Jones on 1st down. This is caught. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England.
Romeo Dobbs.
30 yards. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Extra point up and good by Folk. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead.
Packers 14. Nick Folk kicking from for New England.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board.
Fields this way up at the 17. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going. They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Hey, you block over here.
On play action, Rodgers. Able to find Lazard. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Dancing to his left.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Rodgers again now.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson.
And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
On play action, it's Rodgers. Got a man, that's Lazard. Touchdown, Packers!
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one, better than 20 miles an hour.
Rodgers will throw for it. And they're going to get the 2. It's caught. So they get the conversion. And now we're back to a 1-score game. So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away.
Taken at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Pats at the line, ready to go.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
Now, I'm not putting him in the Hall of Fame, but if you look at the great linebackers in history, they all have that ability to innately sense where a play is going, sometimes even before the ball snapped, and they're there, and they end up making the play.
That's complete to Dobbs.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
And they run with Harris off the option.
They find some open field here.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Gets it quickly out wide to Thornton. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 81 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. First down, and they go back to Harris. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. Second and 5 now. Jones. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
And he will have a Patriots 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they turn to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
A tackle that time by Jonathan Ford. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Devontae Wyatt in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. Work now for Jones and the Patriots here after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Now Jones to throw on 3rd down. Complete. It's Henry. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the 1st. Only able to gain a couple there. And that'll bring up 4th down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to perhaps salt this one away. Folk's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Now Rodgers, gotta have this one.
Watson making the catch.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Now a play fake. Rodgers.
And that's complete to Grant.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and that'll make it second down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Now Rodgers. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Jonathan Jones.
And the Patriots are going to take possession here at their own 33.
If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
Got his man. It's Thornton.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. Now Jones.
He's got the hook up with Dobbs.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New England.
Romeo Dobbs
with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Pats are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage.
Folk connects on the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now.
22. Nick Folk to kick it off for New England.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board.
From the 6. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be...
And my goodness, another interception.
And the Pats are going to take possession of the football.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Throwing Jones. And it'll be intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it.
And the Packers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Pats, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they'll return home next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they will be at home next week to take on the New York Giants.